Hi, this is Sarah Taylor from Next Level ASD. Wanted to sit down and make a video today just to talk about why Aspies, or people on the autism spectrum, are not getting hired. I've dedicated a lot of my life to working with people on the autism spectrum, and especially over the past few years, really working in employment. And I meet a lot of people who are on the spectrum who are not getting hired. And so I've noticed some trends. I've noticed some things that a lot of these people have in common. Thought I would start putting out some videos that other people who are on the spectrum and who want to get employed could watch and maybe find helpful, useful in their search for employment. So the number one reason that people on the spectrum are not getting hired is that a lot of people are not applying for enough jobs. All of us would love if our doorbell rang and it was a high-powered recruiter saying, "Hi, I found the perfect job for you." But for most of us, that's not what happens. A lot of the times you have to apply, you gotta be out there grinding. One of the things that I find for a lot of people on the spectrum is that they're not necessarily applying for enough jobs. They may be looking for the job that is the exact right fit for what they want to do. And so I think it's really important to be flexible in your job search. When I say be flexible, I mean be flexible about the means that you are looking for a job. So not just looking online, also think about your network, the people you know. Think about people that you've worked with in the past. Think about your friends, your family, the people at your church, the people who go to your gaming group, whoever it is in your life. Think about your network as possible avenues to employment. The more you talk about the fact that you're looking for employment, the more you have an idea of the type of employment that you're looking for, the more successful you'll be in your job search. So there are methods of employment all around you. I also think it's really important that when you are doing an online job search, to search a variety of job titles. So for example, if you are a graphic designer and that's the type of job you want, you may also want to look at layout artist, or senior level graphic designer, or graphic artist. You want to think about different types of titles, computer animator, different types of titles that may include similar types of work. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of people on the spectrum make is looking for just one job title again and again and again. You're going to need to be flexible and creative about the job titles that you're thinking about when you do a job search. Also think about applying what I like to call the 2/3 rule. The 2/3 rule is a rule that if you have 2/3 of the competencies required for the job, that is enough to apply. A lot of the people that I meet who are on the spectrum tend to feel as though if they don't meet every single competency listed in a job description, then they're not qualified for the job. This is absolutely not true. Most people in the neurotypical world apply for jobs knowing that they haven't met all of the competencies. So apply for the job anyway. Nobody walks into a job the first day and knows everything about that job. You're there to learn. In fact, most employers won't hire somebody who has every single competency because there's nowhere for them to grow, and a lot of the times they won't stick around for a long time. So really think about being open enough to apply for jobs even if you only meet 2/3 of the qualifications. The next reason, the second reason I see that a lot of people on the spectrum really struggle with finding employment is because they're not customizing their cover letter for each individual job they're applying for. So one blanket cover letter for every single job probably will not get you the job that you want. A lot of the times there are computerized tools when you submit a resume or a cover letter for a job. There are computerized tools that will pick out the specific words that they ask for in the job description. If you're not able to list those words, then chances are you'll never move to the second level of that job search. So really think about every letter that you send out being custom fit for that job. Don't talk about skills that you obtained in a course that's not relevant to that job. Make sure that you're always pointing out the competencies that you have that are relevant to that position. Reason number 3 that a lot of Aspies are not getting hired is because they go in not prepared for an interview. And so a lot of the people that I have the opportunity to meet, to work with, and to serve go into an interview situation not knowing enough about the company. An interview is not just an opportunity to talk about yourself. It's also an opportunity to find out if that company is the right match for you. So you want to know something about the company. You want to show that I'm not just here to find out how much I'm getting paid. I also want to show that I align with this company's values, that we are a match made in heaven. That's really what you want to prove to the interviewer. So a lot of people who I meet on the spectrum tend not to prepare by finding out about the company, the products they make, how they can serve the company. They tend to be looking a little bit more at how the company can serve them. That's a great way to turn off an interviewer. So really think about how to prepare for an interview. Have a list of questions written down. Ask questions. It's going to be really important. To a neurotypical, that demonstrates that you have interest in the position. So if at the end of an interview you say you have no questions, chances are you may not get that job. You really want to demonstrate interest in the company, in what they're doing, and what their mission is. The more you can show that their mission aligns with your mission and that their values aligns with your value, the more success that you'll have in that position. The last thing I want to talk about in terms of preparing for an interview is thinking about your nonverbal behaviors and what those might be saying to the interviewer. So a lot of the people that I have the opportunity to work with have nonverbal behaviors, things such as eye contact, that may send out different messages to the neurotypical world than they really mean to send out. So this could be something like not making eye contact, so staring down at the table, may very easily say to a neurotypical, I'm not very interested in you or in what you're saying. So really think about how to modulate your eye contact. For a lot of people, I've heard it recommended that you look up every 5 to 7 seconds and then look back down. That's possible. I've seen a lot of people who take eye contact the other way, where they will stare at the interviewer the entire time and never look away. That also tends to look odd to neurotypicals, so really think about doing the opposite, looking for 5 seconds and then looking away. That tends to make neurotypicals more more comfortable. The other thing that I think it's really important to think about is to have a little bit of a script in case some of those nonverbal behaviors are not controllable. If you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of control over your eye contact, you may want to think about using a script, saying something like, please don't think I'm not interested if I'm not making eye contact. I tend to look down when I'm nervous. A little explanation like that goes a really long way in the neurotypical world of showing that you're aware of your behaviors and explaining away things that may look odd. So guys, I hope you found this video really useful. Some tips and some reasons why Aspies are not getting hired. Thank you.